And hello, Facebook. Hello, YouTube. Welcome to this special edition of HILLJAYNE Unfiltered. I want to thank you for joining me. I'm so excited to bring you this show. Very informative today. Really quickly, want to say welcome to my new sponsor, Modeling America Unsigned. They are a new upstart modeling company. And if you are interested in being a model, if you think you have a certain look, if you think you have something to offer, it doesn't matter how tall you are, if you're different, this modeling agency might be interested in you. That's Modeling America Unsigned, and you can contact them at www.instagram.com/Modeling America Unsigned, and I'll put a link on my page to HILLJAYNE Unfiltered, reminding you that you can find me on www.youtube.com/HILLJAYNE, remember that Y, and also on Facebook. Now the Facebook address is very difficult. Facebook.com/HILLJAYNE Unfiltered International .9. So there we go. Modeling America Unsigned, where I have been signed as the Tranny Cougar. Today joining me is my roommate and friend and confidant, Tory Clemons, and she has something that she wants to share with you, and as well as me. I want to share this experience with you too. Hi, Tory.
Hey, how are you?
Thank you for joining me today, and we have had an experience here lately with your transition, and we want to talk about it. Tory has been in transition now for 3 years. She is with the insurance company called KAISER Permanente, and she has been on hormones and pills for the past 3 years. And recently I told her that I thought it would be a good idea if she got on shots. What's happened since then?
Okay, so kind of just to elaborate, so just like Hillary said, been in transition for almost 3 years, and so, I just like any other trans female, I'm developed, and I want to further my transition. Like, I do not want to have holdups and things like that, and I've kind of had that happen. And it was a couple months ago when I had got with KAISER Permanente. Okay, I went through Chase Brexton down in Baltimore City. Very helpful, very good place. And they advised me based on my fixed disabled income, because I was in the service, and of what I could afford, and basically what insurance agencies would probably cover things, okay, like surgeries and just the whole 9 yards.
How did they treat you when you were at Chase Brexton? How were they? How were they with trans and with you in general?
Well, they were really good. I mean, I was actually looking to be able to go to them, but for some reason at the time, at the insurance I had, which was before KAISER and everything, I had like U.S. Family Healthcare Insurance, which was kind of like for military retirees. It was like a TRICARE type of program, and Chase just didn't accept that insurance. However, they were very good with everything as far as helping me out, searching for affordable things, and I got vouchers for hormones, and they were actually the ones that got me started on progesterone when I should have been probably on progesterone like quite some time ago. So I recommend them. They're phenomenal, but I just for me, I couldn't afford them or get in on insurance coverage. I'll probably go back to them and get some more guidance, but very helpful, and I recommend anybody in the Baltimore area sees this, if they're a trans, male or female. Chase Brexton is one of the leaders. I've had very good experiences. Shout out to Deb Dunn. She helped me a lot. She's trans. She is a provider at Chase Brexton. Thanks, Deb, for all your help. So with that being said, I got signed up for KAISER Permanente insurance because of the fact that in their mission statement they said that they provide everything for trans women. So all surgeries and all this kind of stuff. So I was with them for about 2 months, and about 2 months, and I had seen providers, I had seen general practitioner, I've seen a specialist, I've seen a few practitioners, and then I finally got to a point where I needed an endocrine appointment because of the fact that I hadn't seen the endocrine doc through KAISER, and I kind of know the ins and outs of all this stuff because of the fact that I've done this before. So I did the labs, all this kind of stuff, and then got an appointment with endocrinology finally. So they set me up with a doctor by the name of Jessica Lambert. Okay.
Let's get a little backstory in here. Tori had been concerned when Tori and I were becoming good friends, and I moved in with her. I was talking a lot about my experience on hormones, and she has told me she had never done the shots or the patches, and 2 months into hormone therapy with Dr. Richard Hudson of the Hudson Medical Group in Atlanta, Georgia, I had developed breasts, I had developed hips, I had developed a smoother skin, and that was 2 months in. My publicity photo that you all have seen where it says Hillary Mansfield, that's 2 months into hormones. And Tori is here into 3 years, and I had suggested that she get on the shots.
Yeah, just like Hillary said, I've been on a regimen of estradiol pill, spironolactone testosterone blocker, and then about 2 months ago I got started on progesterone. So, and I have had a few hang-ups in my transition due to insurance purposes and things like that. But she's absolutely right. At this stage I should be developed more. But I'm petite, I'm little, I'm 5'4", I'm 120 pounds, so I'm a little chick.
And she does have a nice little rack.
yeah, I got some nice little 36 Bs popping out. But right, just like so I was, Hillary's been transitioning for a much longer time, so I listened to her guidance and direction on a lot of things. So with that being said, backtracking, so I saw the endocrinologist. I got an appointment with a Dr. Jessica Lambert, and I spoke with this lady on the phone, okay, and prior to seeing her, and I said, okay, the regimen I'm taking is just keeping me at level. I'm not progressing because I guess my body has grown a tolerance to estradiol pills and spironolactone, and Hillary agreed. She said, yeah, that's probably the case. So I spoke to Dr. Lambert on the phone, and I said, hey, I was very tactful, very professional and courteous and everything. And I said, but my intent was to get shots. I said, I hope you understand that's the intent. And she's like, yeah, no problem, whatever. And, I've digressed from smoking cigarettes, and I know you're not supposed to smoke, but I have one or two here and there, especially if I'm at the clubs. So she asked me nothing about that, okay? And, I've never had any issues. Everybody's looked at my labs. I've never had issues. I've had exams. I've never had blood clotting. I've never had any bad issues from the little bit of nicotine that I have had when smoking. And I don't really do that too often anymore. So we went to see her. So my boyfriend, Oliver Corcoran, he took me down to Largo, which was not just around the corner. It was about an hour drive. And so we got down there, and I saw this doc. And she asked me, and we already had this talk, like she never ask me, had I smoked, was a smoker, and which I'm not a habitual smoker, I do smoke occasionally. And she never asked me that prior on the phone. She didn't say, hey, Miss Clemons, do you smoke? Do you use tobacco? Because I would have answered that question. And I said, yeah, I do occasionally. We were at the club a week ago, and I had a couple. And she was like, well, I am not going to give you shots now, and all this kind of stuff. And I thought to myself, wow, you agreed to give me what I need in my regimen for trans care, and now you're digressing from that and saying you're not going to. And so essentially, long story short, I bantered back and forth with her and tried to sell the idea that I know what I need, and she has a duty and responsibility with Kaiser's mission statement and being a provider as a physician to help me as a trans woman progress. And this cisgender lady...
Cisgender meaning, as we in the South say, cisgender, real girl.
Yeah, this genetic female who is supposed to understand about trans care and trans women, who's an endocrinologist, did not understand at all when I told her. I said, look, ma'am, I'm not progressing. I suffer from gender dysphoria. I introvert, I go through depression, and I want to feminize more. And... obviously, she just could not wrap her head around that. Like, how that's possible, I don't know. So
let me just interject here. The backstory to this, which we purposely left out, the backstory to this is that a few days before that, there had been some issues with scheduling. And Tori and some, nurses, secretaries, had a little words on the phone. So, in my opinion, there was a little bit of animosity from the office towards you. Yeah. And I told you this, that I felt... yeah. This was them ganging up on you, and we're not going to give her what she wants.
Yeah.
So, and now I was here during her issues with the appointment scheduling, and it was a lot of stress on Tori. Was she wordy? Yeah. Well, did she use vulgar language? No. It's the same thing that I would use if you messed up my appointment. It was to the point.
Assertiveness.
It was assertive. To the point. And perhaps, I'm just saying, perhaps these genetic females didn't like a transsexual telling them what they should be doing with their job.
Yeah, pretty much what Hillary said. It says it's very assertive, straight, direct, and to the point. And so yeah, I just did not get a warm, fuzzy feeling with any of this. And they totally mismanaged my care, like totally mismanagement at the highest level of incompetency.
It's been constant the whole time. I've lived with Tori for 6 weeks. The whole time she's ever scheduled an appointment, it's always been an issue with her appointments, with her, where is the appointment at? Every single time she has to go there, it's always been an issue.
Yeah, like they had scheduled me to go down to Baltimore City to see a supposed endocrinologist that never worked with trans girls, and like wasn't even an endocrinologist. I think it was a gynecologist.
Yes.
And that doesn't make sense to me. So basically, how I felt with Kaiser Permanente for the 2 months I was with them, paying a lot of money a month for my insurance, for specific trans care needs, which they guarantee me they would give.
A great deal of money.
A great deal of money. It seemed like the left hand didn't know what the right hand was doing at all levels, if that makes sense. Like, it was this mismanagement at the highest levels and incompetency, and it was staggering to me that I couldn't understand. Why is this so hard? I probably, could teach basic management skills of how to manage a system like that to to a high school football team, and they would understand it. And I was flabbergasted of it. And I was frustrated, and it was like I felt like, thrown under the bus, like they didn't care about me. And so basically, I saw this Jessica Lambert. She basically denied me care, walked out of the office, didn't want to hear what I had to say, and I have patients' rights, like I have patients' rights. And I know what their mission statement is.
You voiced your opinion.
Yeah, I voiced my opinion. So then I digress from that, and then I try to pull myself up on my bootstraps and Ruckle and P.S.A. Army terminology, although I was depressed, I was introverting, I was sad, I was crying, a whole 9 yards. So I made another appointment. I spoke to a doctor.
Now this is
another endocrinologist.
Now this is one that I have issue with, so this is one that I'm going to comment on too, and I'm going to greatly state my opinion. I spoke with Dr. Marone Befakadu with Kaiser Permanente, who was going to, 2 days after her appointment with Dr. Jessica Lambert, MD of Kaiser Permanente at the Largo Medical Center, two days after that, we made another appointment with Dr. Marone Befakadu. And we made it. Dr. Marone Befakadu works in 2 separate medical centers, but we made an appointment with her, and she called Tori back. And Tori, at this point, gave me permission to speak with the doctor about her care and put me on, because this is something I know about. I've been doing this for 19 years. I've been in transition almost 20 years, so I know a thing or two. And I am a former nursing assistant, so believe it or not, you guys, haha, I can have fun, and be cute and everything, but I do know a thing or two. I spoke with Dr. Marone Befakadu. First and foremost, Tori spoke with her. And she basically told Tori that it's no guarantee that she was... First of all, she said that she does not prescribe shots. That is something she will not do. She will not prescribe estrogen shots. And that was kind of... Tori looked at me, and we had her on speaker. I was kind of taken aback. But then she said she has done the patches before. Now, in my opinion, in my care, the patches are the next best thing to the shots. But so Tori at this point got me on the phone and said, wanted me basically to get a guarantee that she would get, at least at bare minimum, the patches. Dr. Befakadu was leading me to believe that no, that wasn't going to happen. So I just came out and said, well, why are we coming there?
Yeah, she essentially, just to kind of clarify that, pretty much just like Hillary said, but to clarify it in more detail, she was like, well, come down and see me for a consult, and we'll see if I'm going to give you this.
After she just had a consultation 2 days earlier.
Right, and I'm thinking, why am I going to have my boyfriend take me, who's in on fixed income too, why am I going to have him take me to almost an hour appointment to sit down with the endocrinologist when they already have my lab work, they already know what I need, and I've seen other docs, and when I've explained this to someone almost basic, but both Hillary and I did, so explain it to this lady, this endocrinologist that's supposed to know about trans care at a basic kindergarten level, like anybody that has a intelligence level could figure this out, and like she didn't want to work with me. straight up to the point. Was like, I'll do what I want to do with your care. I don't care what you think about it.
She did not know the mission statement of the insurance company. She did not know. Tori said, "Can you tell me the mission statement?" She said,
"I don't know it."
Yeah, she said she didn't know it. She wouldn't answer any questions. How many transsexuals have you seen before? She wouldn't answer. Okay, so that leads me to believe you've never done any transsexuals. If you've done any, you've done one, and it was probably someone who that could control. Well, the thing about it is that I know what you can. Don't do that. I know what you can do. I know what you can do. I used to be a recreational cocaine user, and I still got estrogen shots prescribed to me. There's no reason on earth, smoker or non-smoker, that she should have, not be given shots, which will help her progression. My opinion is Kaiser Permanente. I don't think they're transphobic. First and foremost, I think they're inexperienced. They're incompetent. They're incompetent to deal with transsexuals. I bet they've had a handful, meaning. At most, the whole company has maybe had less than 20 in their operations. And this particular one, I don't think she's ever had any.
Yeah, and it just makes me, and here's the thing now, so I have wasted 2 months of my transition. It set me back, and I've wasted 2 months of my pay on this. So now I have to, how am I going to get that back? I'm going to have to probably seek a legal consultation. And do I need all this hectic stuff in my life? Absolutely not. My life's hard enough. And... they did this to a trans woman, and they did it to a disabled trans woman. I mean,
who was also a vet.
Yeah. So I have a disability. So from when I was in action in Iraq. So I mean, it's just like lack of caring, in a better word. And if you're in the medical facility and a doctor is getting a paycheck and they're hired to give certain care, a patient, how do I say this? I mean, any patient wants that. Regardless of you're going through HRT and you want a specific care, or if you're going through surgeries, or you could be a cisgender person and you just, I don't know, you've got diabetic issues or whatever the case, and you just want it handled properly with competent people, especially if you're paying for this stuff. And it just flabbergasts me. For all y'all out there, understand what I went through. I do not recommend anybody, trans, cisgender, between gay, straight, lesbian, bi, whatever, not even go there, because obviously they're incompetent. And I just want to also real quick give a shout out to my girl Anya Sane, who is down in Florida in Gatorland. Miss you, Anya, love you so much. I just in brief, my homegirl down there is going through some issues herself because they don't have good healthcare system down in Florida, and she's been in transition like 13 years, and she's like my transitional godmother. Miss her to death. So, it seems like it's everywhere. It seems like, it's a hit or miss, and I don't think it should be like that. I mean, this is supposed to be the land of the free and the home of the brave in the United States of America, and we have certain rights. I mean, we have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and I just don't understand why all these hang-ups.
So, and sure, Tori's going to be okay because she's got me. And
I got Hillary.
And I'm a
bitch.
Good.
I'm good.
And I'm a bitch.
And I got Oliver and Hillary.
Yeah.
So.
And I want to just say that for Kaiser Permanente, we are telling you her experience with Kaiser Permanente and my experience in her dealing with them. So, do as you wish, people out there in America, the world. Kaiser Permanente, in Tori's experience, was not good for trans care. You can do what you want to. It's your money. You can have care with who you want to. We're telling you one person's experience, and I have witnessed this experience, and another person has witnessed this experience. Dr. Jessica Lambert is not a good doctor for transgendered. Marone Bafakatu does not know what she's talking about, and I will go on record and saying, because I've spoken to her, and she patronized the wrong person, because God knows I'm a bitch. So she doesn't know how to deal with transgender, and when you're transsexual, we're not asking for special care. We're asking for equal care. She was not asking for a Dr. Feelgood. That's first and foremost. She wasn't asking for opiates. She wasn't asking for cocaine in a vial. She wasn't asking for, sleeping pills. She wasn't asking for any of this. She was asking for something to help her progress in her journey as a female, which she is a female. So I want to thank everyone. Thank you, Tori, for sharing that with me.
Well, thank you for putting this out there, Hillary, because it's good.
It's important. It's
important. People need to know.
And we like to have fun. We like to giggle and be at the bar and do a little bit. But at the end of the day, I have a voice. I have a loud voice. And if you feel you've been wronged and you want to share your story with me, I will be more than glad to hear it. So you guys have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to see me on Instagram, www.instagram.com, HILLJAYNE1989. And in the meantime, come here.
Yes.
Go out and get you some.
Go out and get you some.
Boop.